Amongst the various games that we have played, the Marshmallow Challenge is a game that forces teams to collaborate very quickly and work under significant time pressure. So the game is basically you work in a team of 4 or 5, and the objective is to build a tower or a structure that is tall and sturdy. You have 20 sticks of spaghetti, 1 yard of tape, and a marshmallow to build the tower. But the caveat is that the marshmallow has to be on top of the tower at the end of the game. And of course, the tower has to be able to stand on its own. So it sounds simple, but it's actually harder in practice. And various experiments have been done and conducted to show what actually makes a team work together effectively. One experiment that really struck us in particular was a comparison of results between the experiment done with business school graduates and another one done with kindergarten kids. Who do you think did better? The kids. So the kids actually adopted a strategy that was quite unique, and they ended up building very creative, very tall, and very sturdy structures. But the business school graduates, on the other hand, some of them built structures that could stand, but some couldn't. And when the experiment was done again with the business school graduates with a money incentive on top, so they were offered $10,000 for the winner, none of the teams actually built a structure that could stand. So why was this? Why did the kids do better? When we looked at the results and we analyzed it, we saw that the kids actually adopted a strategy that was different, and they built the tower from top to bottom. So they started with the marshmallow on top, and with a stick, and then they built their base. And what they did was they kept prototyping and testing based on what worked and what didn't. Whenever the marshmallow fell, they knew they had to change something in their base. They were very open to different ways of, I guess, working together. The business school students, on the other hand, what they did was they started from bottom up. So they built a very sophisticated strategy on how to build the best base. And when they're running out of time towards the end, they put the marshmallow on top and realize actually it doesn't stand.
So what is it about these kindergarten kids that made them so successful? Well, the number one thing is that these kids are coming in with no preconceived notions of what's supposed to work or what's right and what's wrong. Essentially, they're not limited in their thinking. They're coming in very creatively and they're very open to everything. And ultimately, this is why they're building the most creative structures. They adapt. They're not seeing mistakes that they make as something negative or something that's wrong, but they're just seeing it as hurdles that they need to overtake with their team as a whole. They're really open. When something doesn't work, they're not sad about it or mad about it. They just find a new way and they simply move on from it. They listen to each other. They really appreciate each other's views, and ultimately, they continue working towards the ultimate goal of having the marshmallow on top, and nothing else really matters. They're also having a lot of fun with it. Business school students, on the other hand, are a completely different batch of people. They're coming in with many years of experience, which has taught them what is supposed to work and what shouldn't work, which creates this limiting beliefs on how creative that they can be. And ultimately, of course, their structures, some of them didn't even stand. So what happened in our game? Well, it wasn't the tallest, but it was pretty sturdy. It wasn't very creative, and yet it was effective. We did have an unfair advantage of knowing each other before we even started the challenge. We've worked on group projects already, so we didn't have to go through that battle of getting to know each other's working styles. But through the experiment, we still learned what worked well and what didn't work so well. So what did we do well? Well, our team identified a strategy quite quickly, and everybody was on board. We focused on the end goal of having the marshmallow atop the structure, and we kept it quite simple. But like I said, it was an effective structure and it stood. So what didn't we do very well? Likely because we're business school students, we didn't iterate or prototype our design. We found a strategy and we stuck with it until the end. So what are the key learnings from this experiment? You need to have adaptability and openness. The adaptability really means that you should be prototyping and trying to find an innovative result to the end. And the openness comes in because you really need to be open and appreciate the value that's being brought from each different team member and really embrace those ideas. According to us, if you have these two ingredients, you're well on your way to success as a team.